Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today we're going to do another page insert. I don't know what else to call it, so I'm going to call it an open pocket page insert. If you have any ideas on what it really is, let me know. This is something that I'm pretty sure I seen on Pinterest, so I kind of had to figure it all out myself, but we're going to just see how it works out. So that's what we're going to do today. So if you like my video, I just ask that you give me a thumbs up and check out my other ones. So to start with, this piece of paper is let me see, 5 1/4 wide and 8 1/4 long. Now it's going to have circles on it. There's going to be one on each side, and it's going to tie. It'll be something like this, and it's going to tie in the center. So this is all going to be open. So now I kind of messed around with the size of the circles and decided that I needed a 4-inch circle. I don't have a 4-inch circle punch, so I think it was a year or so ago I ordered this from Temu. And, well, it was one of them things you order something and you set it aside and you just forget about it or don't use it at all, whatever. So I started one day here a while back kind of experimenting with it. And I really like it. It works very nice. I paid a little bit of nothing for it. I used to have a circle punch. I think it was by Fiskars, and I could never figure out how to work that thing. So you want to make for sure you know that you have a little cutting mat under it, but you set it to the size that you want. I made a couple extra marks on here for different sizes that I wanted. Then this is your center thing. I have the little protective thing over the blade right now, but you figure out where you want it set, and then you hold this down and you just turn this. So it works very easily. I really like it. Get extra blades with it. The little blade is under here. It's just a little, like a little knifey type cutting blade. I don't know if you can see the blade or not. It's right there. So it's just one of them little sharp blades. So that's how I cut my circles. I needed a bigger circle one day for something, and I don't do a real good job at cutting circles by hand. And I happened to think of this, so I grabbed it out. And it works really good. I like it. It's just called a circle paper cutter. So that's that. Okay, so this is my faux journal paper, and this is just going to sit on here. Now when you glue this on, you can completely glue it down. You can glue 3 sides and have a pocket tuck here. Glue 3 sides, have another pocket up here, or on this side, however you want it. So I cut the 2 4-inch circles, and I have marks on them. And I cut one of these in half. At first I thought I would be able to just use this, but this will be kind of narrow. I scored this at 1/4 inch. Thought about just doing it like this. And I didn't like that they were so small. I thought I wanted these circles just a little bit bigger. So I decided to just kind of mat them on this. So I just kind of folded and decided how I wanted these. There's my frog again. Maybe I never noticed my frog because when I'm home by myself, I don't talk, so I don't hear it. Okay. So I just kind of messed around, folding it different sizes, and I decided that I liked the way this looked. And then this part here, you can either cut off or leave it on. I'm just going to glue it down because it would just, I wouldn't really be able to do anything with it anyway. And then once it's glued down, this would just fold up. I have marks here on my paper, and I have marks on the back of this to line these up to where I want them. Now this is a directional paper, so I just want to make for sure that I have my my little leaves going in the right direction. So this is directional also, but if I had them upside down, it wouldn't matter because this paper's going to cover it. Okay, and this is going to have little holes in it, so I can just put a tie in it to run them, you know, run it across and tie them down. Hopefully that all made sense. Sometimes I'm just really not sure that it does. So anyway, all I'm going to do is just glue these together back here on this 1/4 inch line. And I have this mark here because that's about where I'm going to want my hole for my tie. But when I do this, all I have to really do is just kind of even it up. Even it up there. But I think that circle, I think that's still off a little tiny bit. So all I have to do is just even my sides up as good as possible. I've made marks on here, and then I've erased my marks because I didn't think they were in the right place. And I made more marks, and well, you know how it is. I inked around these. I inked around this one in purple, this one in green. Now all I want to do is kind of fold this and just kind of even this up a little bit. Now it's not going to be perfect. I think this one might show a little bit more of the green on the side than the other one is going to, but you know, we don't worry about that. Okay. Then when I punch my hole in here, then I'm going to fold this and then punch the second hole again. Then I know I have them even. Okay. So now we'll do this one. All I'm going to do is just kind of fold this back and put my glue on it. So unbelievable that this is December already. I don't know where the time has gone. Okay, so I'll fold that over. And make sure they're sitting together like they're supposed to be. Okay, so then it'll sit on here like this and like this. So I have my little marks here that I'm going to line up when I glue it on. And all I'll be gluing is like the flap and then down under here. But first I want to put my because I'm going to put these on top. So I have my little paper reinforcers. So maybe I'm going to want to set this on here to see how far away from the edge I want it. And maybe I'll just put a little dot right there. So we'll go with that. My plans was to have this video done a little while ago, but today's kind of been just a lazy day. And then that tells us where we want our other hole. So then I think on this one, I can just even it up. Make one mark maybe. Okay, so now that's going to slide, and that's not going to keep my hole even. So, maybe I'm going to want to put just a little tiny bit of glue right here. I want my hole to stay even, because this little purple thing will come up with the green flap. So I want that to be even. And then when it dries and I fold it, that should hold it together. So let me go ahead and do that with this one. So I didn't make one of these in advance. So this is just an experiment, you know. See how good it works out. I think it's a pretty cute idea. I'm getting glue on my other paper. Okay, so I'm just gonna put these together. Make sure I have them going the right way, which I didn't have, and that wouldn't be a good thing. And just even them up there. Okay, now that should work okay. And then we'll just punch the hole. And if this doesn't work, then I'll have to go off and make another circle, which I don't want to do that. I think it looks just fine. All right, so now we should be able to fold this, and that'll keep that even. So hopefully when we fold this one, that'll also keep that even. Yes, so that works. Because when we open it up, it'll be folding this whole thing up. And wow, that made a mess out of that. Let me see if I can smooth it down a little bit. You never know what's going to happen until that time, right? I just shot my pin across the table. There. Should have folded it with my ruler to begin with, and that one come out okay. All right, so we're done messing with that now. Now I want to put one on here, and then I want to put one on here. We're not going to put one on this little purple one because it should stay together. But let me just erase this little pencil mark. That doesn't have to be on there. And I'll erase this little pencil mark. Okay. Let me move this out of the way because I don't have to get that all gunked up. So how's everyone doing today? I don't know if it's just the weather or what it is, but today's just so lazy. And we did get quite a bit of snow last night. So all of the schools are closed. Kids all like that. They think that's fabulous. Remember when I was a kid, we'd get up every morning in the wintertime and watch TV to see if our school was going to be closed. But way back then, they didn't cancel schools too often. So we didn't get many snow days. Okay, so we have that done. Now, I don't want to erase this line until I get my papers placed on the background. So let me see, which way is this going? So this one goes on this side, and this one goes on this side. So then all I have to do is just line that up, and then, so I could just put my glue on here. I think I'll use my Fabri-Tac. Pretty soon here, I'll probably start working on some Christmas projects. But not yet, not just yet. I haven't really had time to sit down and think about what I want to do. So, okay, so then we can fold that over. Now I can erase these marks. Maybe just ink over that a little bit to see if that dulls that down some. Might not. I inked the back of these just a little tiny bit so it wouldn't be real white. Now we'll put this one on, and that'll line up right there. This one I have a couple more folds on because this was the first one that I was messing around with. Sometimes, depending on what it is, I'll use other paper or scratch paper, or I'll actually make whatever it's going to be. And other times, I don't know, I just don't want to bother to take the time, I guess, to try it out first. I don't know. And I think them look pretty even. So that's good. I like it. So we'll erase these. Okay. So I'm going to hold it up to see. Yes, I think so. Looks like eyeballs. Looks like a little owl. Do you see my owl? There's his little eyes. Let my imagination run away with me now. Okay, now what else are we doing? Okay, so up here at the top, because I'm not really going to decorate it, I'm just going to put, oh, I hope I'm still recording, because my phone went to a different screen. Oh, okay. Well, if this doesn't turn out, I'll have to redo it again. I'm not going to overly decorate it, so I'm just going to put, "Don't forget to fly." You could decorate it however you want, however little or however much. Probably down here on the bottom, you could probably add a little pocket if you wanted to add small tags to it. We're going to put a few in here. Let me see, do I have this up too high and am I over too far? I don't know where I'm at on here. So we'll just put that there. See if it's straight. About so. I think I had it straighter before I just moved it. Okay, let's redo this again. I'm going to pull this down here just a little so I can see it. I think that's good. Okay, now I had some tags already cut out, so I'm going to use them. So this is just printable, and I'm just going to put a tab on top of it. It's just a rectangle, and I just cut it and corner punched my little corners. So this was just a leftover piece from something. Just do something like that. And then on the back, I just inked it a little bit. So that'll go in there. And then I had this. This was a printable, like an old newspaper. And it was just on like the thinner printer paper. So I backed it on a piece of heavier paper that had an image on it, had a background image on it. I didn't want to cut angles because I didn't want to cut the G off for Gazette. So we'll put that in there. And then you've seen me use these before. So this one I had double-sided because I used it for something. So we'll put that in there, and then we'll put a little postcard, and I just inked the back of it. So these will just sit in here. Well, a little straighter than what I'm making it, hopefully. I'll just sit in there something like that. And then for my ties, all I'm going to use is, it's a heavier crochet cotton. So I'm going to just put it through here and figure out how much I need to make a tie. I'll give myself a little extra. I've seen where they've made these bands before where you just tie them down, and I think they're pretty cool looking. So, better time than any to give it a whirl. Now, I'm not real sure, do you just tie that or do you tie it underneath? I don't know what I'm doing here. Just kind of wrapping it underneath, I think, is what my idea was. Now, what you could do also is tie the strings on here and then just tie them together. Maybe this is what I wanted to do. Just wrap that under there. Something like that. Now, this will be a little sturdier when we have it glued to our page, so the corners won't pull up. There we go. And I can trim these off. So this would sit in here. And like I say, you know, this is all going to be glued down. So when you're trying to tie this, your corners aren't going to pull up. So, what do you think? I think it looks pretty cute. You could leave these longer to make dangles, put dangles on. You could just tie the edges in knots. Come to your page and there you go. You can just open it up, or your stuff will slide out, but you know. And then once it's glued down, you would be able to pull this just a little bit tighter so your sides don't come up. So that's my video for today. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. And if you got snow, stay warm. And come back to see me for my next video. And happy crafting, everyone. Bye.